Midlothian. We're back, Seaman City Chatter Podcast, as always. I'm Rob LaFleur. Next to me, to my left, internationally known but locally loved, Lobo, John Opolka, and the infamous DV LeBron.
What up?
What's going on, guys? So, this week, man, it's been a good week. We've seen a lot of interest in our podcast this week. Our last one hit some pretty big numbers, and we're excited about that. But more importantly, just take a moment, Johns.
All right.
A little.
Well, we've all heard this week that our good friend Richard Pena, he is in hospital. We believe it's pneumonia, but we're not sure if it's COVID related. But it's pretty serious, and we want everybody to know that he is in our thoughts and prayers. And if everybody could say a prayer for Richard, he's a really good friend of ours. He's on the school board, very locally loved guy, and we just want to let him know we're behind him. And he's a strong man, so we want to keep up the fight, Richard, and we are all praying for you.
And on behalf of the Seaman City Chatter Podcast, we wish you a speedy recovery, Richard.
Absolutely.
Thank you. So, DV, what's going on, buddy?
Dude, I almost died. Wow, man. I know, it's kind of cryptic, but dude, I was working. I was trying to get a root out, a pomegranate tree that died during the freeze. Was totally trying to get it out and muscling it out, and I'm sweating. I'm like, I could do this. And then next thing you know, I start getting tunnel vision. And I text my wife. I said, I need water, right? Well, the text never went through and the water never came. So I started stumbling all the way back into the house, and I just fell on the floor. And basically, my wife was putting cold packs on me, giving me water with electrolytes. Yeah, but stay hydrated. It's hot.
When you woke up, did you have anything to say to her about this water situation? I mean,
I just told her she's so hot that I lost consciousness.
Good answer.
So,
It wasn't an ass kisser, but I got some things though. I can do this. But no, I can't.
I know.
But bro, you're my age. Like, there wasn't that big green snake outside that like you turn the thing on and then the water comes out of, like a garden hose.
I could handle that, but I don't know. I just lost my thought pattern there, and
you were too bougie to drink out of the hose. You had to have some sort of a purified.
He's from California.
Water.
I've gotten a bit fancy.
Oh,
But isn't this the
when
second
in doubt, pinky out.
A little bit as a pinky out.
Isn't this the second time here recently that you got overheated?
You know what? I did get overheated, but this was a couple years ago.
Oh, okay. I thought it was recent. Well, you make this device
He
called
does
the
that
camel
during
pack.
election season. He gets overheated.
yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, election season.
Yeah.
I don't get overheated.
So what do you got going on coming up?
Well, you know what? It looks like I'm going to be having Miss Andrea Walton on. I also have some other things that I'm working on, some politicians and local officials from Waxahachie. One that I'm really excited about is Miss Ann Montgomery and Mr. Wallace. They're both going to come on, and they're going to talk about the new Veterans Court that they're going to establish for Ellis County.
Oh, wow.
So that veterans that come into the criminal justice system and they need a second chance, or there's stuff that's, our veterans issues that affect them, this would address them instead of just sending them into jail. So yeah, I look forward to that one.
Oh, that's pretty good. Lobo,
Dude, I had such a good day today.
you've been smiles all day.
Dude, I've been smiles all day. So I got up this morning and I had to go to Dallas. I was supposed to train somebody, and of course, it didn't happen. I got canceled on the minute I got there, which, I love driving to town because I hate town. I moved out here because I hate town.
Say that in a villainous voice.
I hate town.
Oh, we're learning the effects.
We're learning all the effects.
We're having fun, y'all.
So I went in and I was bougie and I went to Eatsy's.
Easy.
Oh yeah, over on Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah.
It's like gourmet.
I've been there.
It's great. They have great food. But they're real snooty over there. I'm not a real snooty person. And I'm standing there. I ordered some eggs and bacon. That's what I got. Eggs and bacon.
Isn't it a grocery store
It's
slash?
a grocery store, but they
Slash
cook,
restaurant.
They cook. They cook a little bit of food you can eat outside or whatever. So I'm in there and I order my eggs and bacon, and I hear this horrible opera music, and this woman's just like, oh yeah, it's just horrible. And I'm standing there at the counter, and I'm getting ready to pay. And I told the girl, I said, "Did you know I can sing this song?" And she says, "No, I didn't know that." I said, "I didn't either, until I stubbed my toe on the pool this weekend." and I ripped the fucking skin off my toes, and I sang the same song, and she looked at me and she goes, "That's the worst dad joke I've heard all."
Oh, come on
And I
now.
was like, "Come on, man, that was a good joke, you know?"
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
You got
No.
dad jokes.
Like,
It's great.
Dad jokes are the best jokes.
Yeah, you know they are. I'm
Dad jokes-
down with them.
Yeah,
I'm down with dad jokes.
Dad jokes
people
are
don't
fun.
like dad jokes. Dad jokes are the best.
You know, I used to think that dad jokes were just, something ridiculous, and I do them on my kids now, and they look at me just as ridiculous.
Dude,
as I
it's so
thought my
awesome
dad
the way they
was.
look at you with like this face, like
What?
that's so stupid.
Yeah.
And it's like, but that's what makes.
And
it
they
fun.
turn around, and I just die laughing, and they're
absolutely.
probably rolling their eyes, and the kids
Dude,
are.
absolutely.
Anyways,
Like, do you know what you call a deer with no eyes?
what's that?
I have no idea. I know. But do you know what you call a deer with no legs and
Number
no
one.
eyes?
So in the comments right
Well, hang
now,
on now.
Wait a minute, you're not done. He's
do
not
you
done telling
know-
the story.
okay,
Yeah. Do you know what you call a deer with no legs and no eyes?
what?
I still have no idea. But it gets better. Do you know what you call a fish with no eye?
What do you call a fish with no eye?
Dad jokes. Dad jokes are king, bro. I don't care what anybody says.
Hall of Fame.
You pick things up.
I lift things up and put them
Put
down.
them down.
I put them down.
So in the comments, put your best dad joke and see if you can battle the great Lobo in the dad joke
You got
competition.
nothing on me on dad
Nothing,
jokes.
never,
Dad
never.
joke.
My
got-
dad had the worst jokes ever, and I've like taken it to another level.
That's
What I'm
awesome.
talking about.
I've never said a funny thing in my life,
Hall of
thanks to
Fame.
my dad.
Hall of Fame.
You can give us.
Fame.
You can give us ideas on how to shut Rob up too.
Well,
Oh, it's easy. You just go, "Hey, the big people are talking. You need to be quiet now."
yeah.
I did.
And believe it or not, he will listen when you say that. He's like, "Oh shit, maybe I did something wrong."
Well, you know what?
I have a lot of respect for him, bro. He's very coachable. He's very coachable. He gets excited.
I'm a wild card.
No, you
are.
are. You're dude, and you're my dog.
I'm a wild card.
He gets excitable.
I like them. I like
Okay,
'em.
you can have to spit that gum out, dude.
Oh, my bad.
Oh yeah, that
getting
gun
on
is
me.
smacking.
That's smacking. It's my bad.
gosh.
It's all good. Well, we've got a.
You want some tobacco? I got some tobacco for you.
No.
How about some Heron? I got some Heron.
Heron, yeah. Some tar.
Dude,
Give me
it'll-
some tar.
Dude, it'll keep you
mic, hot
some
mic.
tar. Some
Are we FCC regulated?
No,
Good. Thank God.
Yeah.
not
Well-
yet. We're screwed at that point.
So we've got a pretty good show for today
We got
for
a
the
great
community,
show
don't we?
today.
We do. We're really excited. We've been looking forward to the show for weeks now.
Dude, I'm actually really excited to talk to this guy.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, we were talking before we went on air, and it's just amazing.
I bet everyone's looking at the center of the
Should we
table.
tell them
going,
who we're having?
Well, they're looking at the center of the table and they go, "What do they have in the center of this table?"
Chris
I mean, what is
Helmsworth.
this?
That's who we have. We got Chris Helmsworth.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Helmsworth.
I mean, a lot of people probably realize what's going on right now, but then there are some that don't, and
Right.
we're gonna
Well, let's
clear that
talk
up for
about it. Somebody
everybody.
introduce him.
Let's do it.
it's, you know.
Well,
Johnny?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to welcome Officer Chris Douglas, aka Captain America. Welcome, Chris.
what's going on? It's nothing
our
like.
studio audience.
Yes.
So, this guy wears tights and American flags and makes some women's hearts palpitations.
Yeah, and all of our wives go, "Why in the hell can you not be like Chris?"
Yes. I've
Who
been told,
can?
why can't I
Who
be-
can?
So what's
we
going on,
can't-
Chris?
We can't compete with him.
Yeah. What's up, Chris?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Appreciate y'all having me.
How you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. I woke up this morning, so can't ask for much more,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah, that's.
So,
Who's vibrating?
I don't
Okay,
see any vibrating.
that's just me.
Okay, well, let's just jump right into it. So, Chris, tell us a little bit about yourself. We know you are a Midlothian police officer.
Something.
There is something
There's
ticking.
something wrong.
Some team.
Something wrong.
Well, we'll get it figured out. So anyway, go.
It's your hand.
Yeah, well, you told us don't hit the
It
table.
is John. It's John Opolka's hand,
You
and I
stop
just
hitting
did that.
stuff too.
Anything we touch
Put your
goes-
hands in your pockets, both of you.
Remember your daddy telling you when you were a kid,
Sit
do
on
as
your
I say,
hands.
not as I do?
Exactly.
You're exactly.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome Officer Chris Douglas to the show. Chris, Officer Douglas, more importantly, tell us a little bit about yourself. So, you're a police officer here in Midlothian.
Yes, sir.
Where did it all start?
Well, I've been in law enforcement now for 15 years, almost 13 of that for the city of DeSoto, and I did a lateral transfer down here. So I've been here, it'll be 3 years this November.
Okay, that's not a lateral transfer. That's an upward transfer.
Yeah, I kind of think that too.
I think so. I'd much rather
It was
be-
definitely an upgrade.
DeSoto
Definitely
U.
an upgrade. And then before that, I did a few years in the Air Force. So
Oh, I thought you were in the military. My bad.
Yeah.
close enough. That's what I'm trying to make up
kind of
for
like being in the
now.
military, isn't it?
Pretty much.
The war zone pretty much every Friday night.
He
They
did
wear
say,
bunny slippers to go to work. It's not the same as the military.
you know, that whole Xbox thing all day, you know, it's just.
Hey, carpal tunnel. What do you think I got in my
They have the
DD?
best
Yeah.
rec centers
Come on,
of
man.
every branch. I'm telling you right now, they really do.
So-
It's-
So how long have you been here in Midlothian?
We've lived here coming up on 6 years.
6 years. And how long have you been an officer here?
Almost 3.
So what's a lateral transfer?
Basically, when you have enough time in service and you've got enough experience, training, so on and so forth, certain certifications, you're able to, depending on the department you're going to and their criteria, you can basically just pick up and go over here and skip a bunch of steps.
Did you choose to come here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We'd already lived here. We'd been a resident here for a few years already, so I knew this was the type of city that I wanted to be in, retire in, because with my military service combined, as of right now, I can retire August of 23.
Okay.
That gives me my 20. So I knew
roughly what you're saying is you're too lazy to drive and you want to retire as early as
that
possible.
was it. That was
my
it.
man.
You know,
I got
3 red lights and that's it.
Wow.
There you go. So what's it like being in Midlothian versus DeSoto?
Like night and day.
Yeah.
Like night and day. DeSoto is definitely challenging. I mean, being there in South Dallas for so many years, the amount of things that you see and hear and smell. I mean,
Right.
it wears on you. It wears on you physically, mentally, psychologically. I mean, it just wears on your soul. And after a certain amount of time, it's like, you know what? Constant go. High priority calls nonstop. It wears you thin. And, you have 2 options. You do what I do and you move and go somewhere where you can rejuvenate and, for your own sanity and your family, home life, or you stay there and you let it just completely destroy you and you become one of those disgruntled officers and you're just sticking in there to, I don't know, get a paycheck or reach that magical retirement age if you make it there. And I didn't want that. So I had to make that change. And, my wife and I prayed about it constantly and it led me here. So
Well, I was talking to somebody in DeSoto and they said he was like Barney Fife. He only got 1 bullet.
that's it.
And he shot himself in the foot. Like how many times? 6 times. And
With the same bullet.
Yeah. Well, do they let you have more bullets here or?
You have to check them out.
You check him out. Yeah. Well, that's pretty smart with him. So. I mean, I'm just asking for a friend. You know,
Asking for the friend.
asking for a friend.
So here we are in Midlothian, man. It looks like, as far as us as citizens, it looks like you're having a great time here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been just completely, welcomed and embraced, which not to paint DeSoto or South Dallas in a really, negative light or with the red brush there, but I just wasn't accustomed to a lot of what I get here. So completely, embraced and welcomed and encouraged and loved and supported to a level that I thought was just rumors and make believe that you just don't come across, unfortunately, in this career field with the society we live in nowadays, unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah,
So
well, most people don't like cops. Like on the whole, like most people just don't like cops. So him coming to a town like this, like that had to feel great. Like people were actually excited to see you.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. I mean, the amount of people, like I said, want to come up to you and talk to you and shake your hand, give you a hug. Kids and adults alike.
Did I hug you every time I see you?
Absolutely. I'd really be.
Dude, I'm a huge hugger.
Just discouraged.
he really is.
No, I really am. Generally, I'm trying to get your wallet out of the back pocket while I hug you, but
Well, that's why I got this chain on it because they told me about you beforehand. So
Yeah, he'll
I
get
came
you.
prepared.
Lobo will get you.
everybody knows about
He
me.
don't live in that house for nothing, does he?
No, I can't
Hey,
afford that.
which,
Like,
well, that brings me to my next question. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but you are here tonight for a reason, because it's more than just being a police officer to you.
Right. But that's only because John's check cleared. That's why I'm here.
That's right.
Sure it cleared?
Oh, Polka's check's always clear. We're in the fantasy factory.
He prints the money over there in that
Yeah.
corner. So
Yeah, don't mind the man behind the curtain. Okay.
Disclaimer, we were just kidding.
ice
Secret
machine.
Service. He does not print money.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ice
so
machine prints money. I mean, allegedly. Hashtag allegedly.
A hashtag.
What, it stamps gold coins.
so here we are.
Hashtag allegedly.
Yeah.
Always hashtag allegedly.
Hashtag.
Yeah, but it's got his picture on the bill, so I mean, how?
Yes.
But how do you not want to spend those?
Yes. Oh, polka on
Nothing feels better than a bunch of money with John's face in it, right?
Polka dollars?
Exactly.
polka dot. I like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Maybe we should get with the city council and see if we can do like Disney money, but polka money.
Well, I was thinking about the other,
Polka Pay. You know,
I was thinking about the other day. They
I
have
like that.
Polka
Polka
Fest.
Pay.
They have Polka Fest down in Ennis, right? Every
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Why don't we have old Polka Fest here and beat them?
Yeah.
Old Polka
what,
Fest
that's
would
it.
be badass.
My dad always says there was a little scotch, a little water. So we just have little
Dude,
scotch tables.
we
can
will
sample
listen to
scotch
80s
and
rock and roll.
There we go.
Work on motorcycles. It'll be great.
Yeah. Drink scotch.
Okay.
Dance in
So
the streets. Have a good time.
See?
So
here we are. Go ahead.
why a cop? I mean, what led you to that?
You know what? Most of my family are all military turned law enforcement. Most of my family, my dad, stepmom, sister, I mean, so many are officers down in Bexar County, San Antonio. So it just is, for us, it's kind of the next logical step. I mean, it's just such an easy transition coming
Well, I
Oh,
out
mean,
of
you're
the
built like
military.
a brick shithouse. So I mean, it's either that or WWF.
Yeah, you know, and that line was just too long. And I feel like
Or
wait,
modeling.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're actually a very
No
pretty
one else is
man.
going to say that. I think he's sexy as
He's a
fuck.
very pretty man. I don't know if you guys are watching this right now, but he's actually a
Turn the
very
AC on.
pretty
I'm
man.
getting a little warm.
I literally asked for him to sit next to me for a reason. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right,
put the
guys.
kids
Get a
to
little
bed,
thick
guys.
in
It's
here.
about to get real.
So it was a natural progression after the military to get to be a cop, and because of your family and then the law enforcement background.
That helped, and you know, I was also an officer towards the tail end of my military career. I was military police. So again, that transition, you know, the certifications, it's just much easier to get picked up by departments. They love prior service guys, and it's just a calling. You know, I tell people, it's just how I'm built. I want to do something to help my community, to help, you know, to go out there and serve people. So after the service, this is just the next logical step in my mind. So
What's it like-
it's not a second thought.
What's it like being a military cop versus a city cop? I mean, is it a big difference?
It is. Yes and no. I mean, there are some similarities, but yeah, the city type is way harder and honestly way worse.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, in the
police, you-
military, if you screw up, you're really screwed.
Right.
And people here, like in the regular public, they're just like, well, it's just a whatever. But I mean, you're still screwed. They just don't realize it.
Well, you know,
But in the military, you're taught to do what you're told. So
Well, in
if
the
somebody
military,
comes up and tells you
like,
to
you're
do
looking at your
something,
crime rate. I mean, you're mostly dealing with domestic disturbances, drunk drivers, you know, especially new, you know, enlisted personnel, you know, young 18, 19-year-old,
Right.
20-year-olds. So DWIs, domestic disturbance, and, you know, something else. You know,
I
can't
picture
remember
bar
the term, but-
fights, you know,
Yeah.
off-base bar fights and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know?
but we kind of deal with that secondhand. I mean,
I never did that. I
The
never
local
did
police deal with that if they're off base.
What's
you
a
know,
bar fight?
We deal with it
never
secondhand
did that.
punishment type stuff, or actually their command does. So,
well, the thing is when you're in the military, you're more worried about screwing up your record. And you're actually not a, I don't want to say bad person because everybody does bad things, but for the most part, you're on a different level.
I get what you're saying.
And you're kind
you
of
have
like,
a lot to lose.
Man, the last thing I want to do is get a dishonorable discharge.
Yeah.
Yes.
is that what
Screw up
haunts
my
you for
life.
life?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I was gonna
So-
get that good paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're literally like, hey, we gotta do this.
Yep.
Whereas the average human, they're like, well, what can I get away with?
Yeah.
Right.
And so he's dealing completely different people out here than he dealt with there, because there it's like, you know, that's the whole thing, like, well, everybody's generally good. I've always disagreed with that. I think everybody's generally bad. It's the good people that actually come up and do better, because since the fall of Adam and Eve, like, we're all sinners. That's part of the deal. But these guys are like already good guys. They're trying to do a good thing. The last thing they want to do is screw up a good thing. And so they're a lot more responsive. Like when I was in the military, unfortunately, the shore patrol had to handle me a couple of times, and it was like, yes, sir. Last thing I'm gonna do is screw up. Yes, sir.
Right.
No matter
You have a
how
lot
mad I
riding
was,
on it.
whatever. And out in the street, it's a whole different ballgame. It's like, well, my lawyer will get me off this. Well, no, your lawyer won't get you off this. You still screwed up.
Right.
So not just that, it's a level of respect. I mean, the military, like you said, generally these are all good people. I mean, you're held to a higher standard. You're there for a reason. You know what I mean? So I think your moral compass is pointing a little bit straighter, as opposed to
Absolutely.
when you're in the civilian sector. When you're dealing with people, they, especially nowadays, the lack of respect is just ridiculous. And the how far they're willing to go to commit violence and hurt you is just on a whole nother level.
So speaking about the lack of respect, I mean, you've been here for 3 years.
Yes.
How have you seen the community? Has it improved? Has it deteriorated because of all the movements going around, or how do you feel about it now?
There's not any real change, to be honest with you. I know a lot of people, especially people who've been here for, so long, whether they, born and raised, grew up here, or
Like
they
you,
just
John.
lived here for so long.
Right.
I know that's always a huge concern is with because the change is, it's here. It's not coming, it's already here. It's been here. It's inevitable. But I know that's a huge concern is, crime rate and losing certain things. Well, it's up to us individually to keep those Midlothian values, to keep that connection and that small town feel, no matter how big we get. So I tell people all the time, just, do your part. Continue living. Some things are going to change. We can't control that. Nobody can control that. But just don't freak out about it. But as far as any significant, noticeable change, I honestly, between living here for almost 6 years and being an officer here, I haven't noticed anything.
See, because we all watch the groups, we see what's going on locally. Everyone, it seems like here, especially the past couple of years, tensions are getting high. A lot of people are complaining. I mean, there's dissension in ranks, like I say. It's like it seems like it's getting worse. Every social media page we were on is just nothing but bickering.
Well, I challenge you. You just said the magic key phrase there is social media.
Yeah.
Social media can very much be a parasite, a cancer. And you look at how many people bitch and complain on social media, but you take those certain individuals versus the actual community as a whole, go out and talk to people, which I love doing all the time, both on and off the job, they far outweigh the people that are on social media. That's just what people focus on, they gravitate towards, because social media is, that's life now,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
But trust me, you see those people on social media versus the community as a whole, it's not even close. It's not a close race at all.
Now, what is the number one call that you deal with when you're out on patrol? What is the number one thing affecting this community as far as crime?
Well, you already know it's those weird booms where it sound like gunshots, but they're
Yes.
really fireworks.
All the explosions, no. Probably 80% of the call load, I would say, and that's rough estimate, in my personal opinion, I would say is anything traffic related. DWIs, reckless drivers, traffic hazards. Anything traffic related. That's probably what we get the most of. After that, it's kind of a close run between fraud and ID theft and probably minor shoplifting at Walmart.
You don't get the call of the fat guy on the mini bike. Or
So
anything
I guess you're saying that the citizens of Midlothian are actually behaving in their homes.
Oh, trust me. When you talk to anybody who's come from another agencies, I'm one of 6 that came here from DeSoto.
Right.
But we've got other agencies that, we've got Mesquite, we've got Burleson, some other areas. When you're comparing those apples to oranges, it's like I said, it's not even close. Night and day.
It's my favorite time.
Hey, this is a blue one.
It's my favorite time. It's shot time, guys. Yes. Thank you.
Pretty color.
So you feel like you guys?
The call load is nothing here.
Our community's good as a whole.
It's great. The people they act right. They're super respectful. And again, the types of calls, they're not even close. You're talking. Let's take homicides. Let's take murder. You can't get any worse than that, right?
Right, yeah.
How many do we have here in Midlothian?
Well,
He said Midlow.
He said Midlow.
Midlow. Captain America said Midlow.
If
Cut.
if Captain America said Midlow,
It's
I can say
Midlow.
Midlow.
Somewhere,
I didn't really.
somewhere on.
I know. I didn't.
Do you
know,
understand
I didn't know that was a
what
thing.
this is?
until-
Do you understand?
It only
I do now, and I didn't know that was a
okay.
thing until y'all's last podcast. So I apologize.
It is with me. Everyone
I'm
wants
not
to kill
trying
me
to
this town.
offend anybody. I thought that was a term of endearment.
You know
Exactly.
You know,
My apologies.
Karen's head just blew up.
My
Some Karen somewhere is going to
Yes,
blow up.
right.
I say it. But anyway, you take homicides. You know, you have obviously one that unfortunate circumstance. When I came here, we were up to 13.
Cheers.
And that was in October
Yeah.
of 1 year. You know, so when you're comparing, it's not even close. We live in
Right.
a very safe community.
Sorry.
Very safe community, so people can rest easy, and which is a good thing. It allows us to be proactive, way more proactive than I ever was.
So you're
in South
saying
Dallas.
you're just making everybody be. We're keeping everybody safe on the roads mainly. Everybody's
Well,
behaving in their
that's
house
a
on the
question
most
that
part.
I actually had. Like, when you get these calls for traffic, is this people calling and saying, "Well, this guy's drunk," or are you getting the actual calls that the guy's drunk? Because we see all the time on
It's a
social
coin
media
toss.
these people. Like, oh, I'm calling the police because this guy's drunk. The guy could be texting and driving. We don't
Yeah,
know. Whatever.
You never know. I mean, it's
Do
a
you
coin.
answer those calls?
We have
or-
to. Every time anybody calls, it's we serve the community. We serve the residents. So,
So if
if
some
you call,
random
any of
guy
you call,
just calls,
it doesn't matter. We
and says
have
this guy's drunk. You go
have to.
chase the guy down for no reason.
Well, and that's
no,
your
we'll
job to
show-
decide if he is or
we'll
he isn't.
show up, and that's where our discretion comes into play. We have to respond to the call, and then we start looking at driving habits. Is this person staying in their lane, or they're not using their signal, or so many different. There's so much criteria to basically give us the probable cause to either pull them over on a traffic violation or even continue following them. Period. We're just observing. We'll,
Right.
we'll show up.
I mean,
we'll
you can
respond,
tell when
and
someone's
observe.
drunk driving.
For the most part, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, obviously you got to go through the tests.
Well, we get calls all the time where it's unfounded. There's no legitimacy to it. We're
Yeah.
just showing up and it's like
Becky doesn't like Bob, so she's calling.
pretty
him.
much,
Yeah.
oh, this is a traffic
There's too
hazard.
much
This
of that
person's
going
out of control. Why are they out of control? Or why is it road rage? Or why is it this or that? Oh, because they turned in front of me and didn't use their
Right.
blinker.
Well, it's
or
like me.
flipped me
I'm-
off. Or it's
I'm a
like,
professional stunt driver, so I may be sliding through turns. That doesn't mean I'm drunk.
Yeah.
It means I'm just practicing.
Exactly.
That's a good one. Try to see if
But you
that'll get you
also-
out of the ticket.
I think it'll get me off a ticket with Captain America. 'Cause he'd be like, well, you know what? I know you're a stunt driver.
But you also bought a 600, 700 horsepower Mercedes.
my
just to-
SL55 is fun to drive. You go down 663 to 100 miles an hour. It's fun.
So now that we're
But
talking,
yet, to like,
Allegedly.
yeah.
Hashtag allegedly.
Hashtag.
hypothetically.
So now that we got into tickets real quick, I have a question. What is the number one excuse that people give you when you pull them over?
When I pull them over,
Yeah.
usually it's just I didn't know it was. If it's speeding, I just didn't know.
you scared the shit out of me if you pulled me
I
over.
just didn't know.
Yeah, I would have totally said I had to poop.
I've gotten that. I've only gotten that maybe half a dozen times my entire career in 15 years.
I'd be like, how much do you bench?
Now I do get sometimes the funniest ones. I get here and there is I'll say we have what's called a 7-step violator contact. We call and, hey, I'm Officer Douglas with Midlothian Police Department. The reason I stopped you is for this. You had to, and did you know you're going this fast? And I love the ones that are like, yeah, I'm sorry, I got no excuse. I was just being an asshole.
Yeah.
I get that one fairly
Do
regularly.
you let them off because they're honest?
I let almost everybody off.
See, I love you.
I'm a big fan of warnings. I think you get more. I think you get better.
Create better drivers.
Can you like
Not
text
just
me
that,
where
but
you're
you
gonna
get a
be
better
so
re-
I can practice?
You get a better rapport, so people have that negative. Now, granted, it's your violation. You did this, but I think you build a better relationship and a better
Yeah.
rapport with the community,
So you're
and you get
okay.
better compliance overall. Now if you're a habitual offender and you keep doing it, obviously you're going to take.
Yeah, you got it.
But that first time, hey man, we all make mistakes. It happens. You weren't paying attention, whatever the case may be. Hey, just slow it down for me. I just don't want anybody getting unnecessary.
Exactly.
accidents.
I will tell you, dead honest, the cops in Midlothian are actually pretty nice guys. They're pretty nice guys.
They do good.
They are not trying to do paperwork
No.
if they don't have to, and I like that.
Unless it, never mind.
Well, I mean, if you're dead honest bad, you're gonna go to jail. I mean, that's part of the deal.
So, you guys are laughing. I'm going to go back. I want to circle back to this before we get into the real reason why you're here. Why Officer Chris Douglas above every other Midlothian police officer is here on the podcast today. First of all, I see a ring on your finger. You're a married man.
I am. I'll be 18 years this August.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations.
Woman. Thank
You
you.
wanted to see if you liked her.
That's it. And the warranty area expired, so I'm stuck with her.
You know, you could
That's
have
it.
killed somebody and been off quicker.
Pretty much.
She could probably say the same thing about you.
Exactly.
Probably so.
She
Way
probably wants to
worse.
kill him more than he wants
I've
to kill
met
her.
your wife.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
a saint.
She is. She's definitely a godsend. I couldn't ask for
people.
better. So she's an
Yeah,
amazing woman.
she's awesome.
So,
And she owns a photography studio, right?
She does it on the side. Yeah, she's been in the medical field for a little over 13 years, and she's a nurse here at one of the high schools. So over at Heritage.
she's a
And-
photographer?
Yeah, she does it on the side. Yeah, Iron Sparrow Photography.
Iron
wow.
Sparrow Photography.
That's funny.
there's a
Plug for you
shameless
there,
plug.
sweetheart. Yeah,
Yes.
there you go, darling.
Shameless
just got a
plugs are
free
good. I'm
plug.
good with shameless
There
plugs.
you go.
Well, we were looking
Iron
for somebody to do
Sparrow.
our
For our
headshots.
friends, we will shameless plug. For everyone else, you must pay us.
Hey,
She'd be happy to do it.
Dinero.
but anyway, so there's something that sets you apart from the community and the other officers because you're actually doing something extra in the community. You have been dubbed Captain America. You have the truck, the shield. People know you as Captain America. I mean, I just met you tonight for the first time. I've spoken with you on the phone, obviously, but we met tonight for the first time, and you are Captain America here. How did that start? Let's take it back to the beginning before the suit. What brought this about?
Well, my entire career, no matter what, one thing that's been very consistent is the work I do with kids. I love working around them, working with them, interacting with them. Their character, their energy, it's second to none. So, we try and make their day better as an officer, as an individual, but it's a two-way street. I mean, they easily reciprocate that. So, it came a point I was like, man, I'd like to do a little bit more. And at the time, my wife and one of her close friends were running their own nonprofit charities, and they were doing a lot of stuff around the Metroplex with the homeless and Scottish Rite Children's Hospital and some other programs. And I was like, man, I want to do more, with these kids in the community, in the DFW area. So I was thinking about it and praying on it, and I just happened to come across this fellow online who was visiting sick kids in Children's Hospital over in the UK, and he was dressed as Spider-Man. I was like, that's it. I want to do that, but not as Spider-Man, because I'm not squeezing my ass in no tights.
Right.
So I was like, man, I want to do that. I just don't know what. So a couple of days went by, and we happened to be walking through the mall, which I don't go to the mall. I do not like going to the mall, but we were all there as a family, middle of the week, so I'll make an exception. And this new store that just opened, it's like a comic type store or whatnot, and right there in the front was this shield.
This shield.
Marvel 75th anniversary shield. And I was just blown away. Went in there, picked it up, and actual metal leather handles. I looked at my wife, and she's like, get it.
It started with the shield.
It started with that shield. I had no idea who I wanted to be because, truth be told, Superman was my favorite superhero growing up. More for nostalgia reasons with my grandfather, but got the shield and everything else just fell into place. And got the suit, got the boots and everything. And my very first event, the very first time I did this, was at a Say No to Drugs event for one of the schools there in DeSoto. And matter of fact, I think it's just, I guess it's fate being here today, because I didn't even know until this morning, my phone reminded me that first event was 4 years ago today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So, yeah, I just started
That
doing
makes
that.
it pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of nailed that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Trying, really.
Yeah, not even trying.
I'd like to take some credit for
Happy
that.
anniversary.
I'd love
We
to take
brought
the
you
credit.
the anniversary.
Yes.
So do
we
you-
we
do you-
totally planned that.
This is the anniversary of Captain America's becoming.
That's it.
Do
4
you
years
have-
ago
Do you
today.
have a picture of that you can send me?
Yes. Yeah, I do.
That would be great.
I just posted it today on my stories and my actual feed.
Okay.
It's on
Okay,
there.
so we're looking
Okay,
at it
let me
right.
pull
You
that.
guys are looking at this. Let's flash it on the screen right now. You guys are looking at the picture 4 years ago.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, and started working with, started going to children's hospitals around the Metroplex, and then Make-A-Wish Foundation reached out to me, started working with them, granting kids wishes.
I've done that before. It's
and,
incredible.
Oh my God, there's
Now, are
nothing
these
else.
like sick kids or are they
Yes.
just kids in general?
Terminal. They're
Sick
terminal.
kids.
See, that's what it's
Most of them were like, hey, we're gonna grant their wish to. A lot of them want to go to Disney World, so it's like, hey, they love superheroes, or specifically they love Captain America. Would you mind? Absolutely, I don't care what I'm doing. I'll be.
Well, see, that's what it's about. The sick kids. I mean, you got to remember, like, with me, when I donate money and stuff like that, and I've done this for years and years. I don't donate to the symphony. I don't donate to stuff like that. It's all about sick kids because, kids are just kids. They didn't ask for this.
Right.
They didn't ask to have leukemia or to have, autism or whatever the hell they have. Dude, that's like I'm not a very emotional person, but that's horrible.
It's something we deal with kids. I don't care. I'm
horrible
especially
when you
doing this
do
job
that.
for so long. You have to develop a thick skin and just become so disconnected to a certain
Yeah,
extent.
you
But when
do.
it comes to kids, I don't care what it is.
So
I mean,
I've
they haven't even had a chance to live their life yet, and they're already
Right.
Exactly. So-
But every kid I've ever come into contact with, every visited, everything, every event, every circumstance, not one child have I ever met that was mad, sad, upset. Not a single one, no matter how terminal
So
and how sick they
Officer
were.
Douglas, I'm going to tell the story real quick, only because this kind of morphed into this. My wife became a wish granter for Make-A-Wish several years back, and when she worked at AT&T and was doing
Your
other,
wife, Karen, our bartender.
our bartender.
Our beautiful bartender,
Our
Karen.
beautiful bartender, Karen. She's back here.
So
Wave, Karen.
So their headquarters in Las Colinas. She'd go out there and she'd donate her time, and she was actually a wish granter. She's granted several wishes to multiple kids with terminal diseases and whatnot. So she tells me one Friday, hey, tomorrow I need you to come help me. We're going to the headquarters. They do a arts and crafts thing every year where they put on a fundraiser, and they build arts and crafts weeks up to the actual gala fundraiser. And I was like, Karen, I was going to play golf. I was going to do this. I was going to do that. Every excuse to get out of it. So I go up there and I help her. And my job for the day was to be the guy on the stage at their event center, and I would, when the kids finished their project, I would take a picture, okay, of these kids. And when I wasn't taking a picture, I'd walk around and just, how are you doing? Saxby's donated chicken, and so we had food and whatnot. But when I got done with this whole thing, I get in the car and I just started crying like a baby. I was like, how selfish of me to bring up so many excuses not to be here today. These kids, they're thanking me for being there. I'm like, no, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys. You guys, I mean, there was kids with no hair on oxygen tanks, and I was so selfish to not want to give up 4 or 5 hours of my Saturday. And then I told my wife, I said, anytime you need help, I'm there. I'll
It's the most
cancel
humbling
everything.
experience you can ever
It was
have.
the most humbled I've ever been in my life, period.
I love it when God puts us in those situations
Oh,
so
absolutely.
that He could just show His face through angels, through little babies.
And it's been him every step of the way. That some of the kids, not just kids, but I mean, the people that have come across my path that have supported and encouraged. I'm still just completely blown away, and I still can't believe it. But yeah, some of these individuals I've met, I'm just, like you said, I've got in my truck and just cried.
Well,
But dude, people forget, like, babies are born perfect. We screw them up. Life screws them up. If you ever watch a baby's perfect. Babies' biomechanics are perfect. You watch them pick something up at like 1 year old, and they squat and they bend their legs and they lift proper form, this, that, the other thing. They have no bad feelings against her, but they have nothing. And it's the world that screws us up and makes us us. So dealing with the kids, it's like you're seeing the most pure of the pure. And dude, that's heart-wrenching when you think about what these kids have to go through. And they just take it like a champ. And dude, I'm telling you right now, I'm a tough son of a bitch. Man, I'd cry like a baby when I see something like that.
Yeah.
That just tears
there.
your heart out.
Yeah, I see Chris in town during the events, and one thing that just touches my heart every single time is you'll be sitting there in the middle of the street and I see this kid a block away, and he sees Captain America sitting there, and he does everything he can to drag his mom and dad to you. And it's like, that is the only thing in the world that he cares about right now is he
Are
wants
you
to meet
peeing
you.
again?
Oh my goodness. I thought we had to talk about this.
Jesus.
Baby
Can we get
bladder.
him a catheter for next
I
time?
told him.
I think he
told him
needs
we're
to see
going
a
to do
doctor,
that. He does. He does.
Prostate enlarged.
But to get back on subject, you know, just the joy and the wonderment in these children's eyes is truly spectacular.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, next time I see him out, like at one of the events, I'm going to drag her, my wife, let's go see Captain America.
This Saturday, the 4th of July parade.
And I can also
I'm
say,
not even letting any of the kids, I'm going to shove the kids around with a stiff arm.
Nah,
well, I
kids.
can honestly say I'm very humbled and very proud to call you a friend.
I appreciate that. man.
Because you know the work that you do for these kids and for the community in general is just spectacular. You know,
Dude, we hear so much trash about how bad
Exactly.
cops are. Look at this cop.
yeah.
I mean, any way you look at him, he's a cop.
Yep.
He's the enemy.
But he is
this.
the good one.
But that's the thing, though, is we had another cop on the show. He was a bad cop. Now we followed up with a good cop.
Yeah.
That's the deal right there, bro.
Well, I'll tell you what, when
This
he
is a guy donating all of his free time
Yeah.
for other people. He's not just donating his life for other people, which is what he's really doing. If you think about it, he has a job, he gets paid,
Yeah,
he has a house, he has money. You know, but the thing is, he's doing this to make the world a better place.
And it's completely
And then he
selfless.
goes, well, that's not enough. Let's do some more.
yeah. And-
I mean, he's a good dude, any way you look at it. I mean, I got nothing. I mean, I got nothing. I love to talk trash.
Yeah,
I got no trash.
You-
I got.
it happens every now and again.
You were $20 well spent. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You're $20 well spent. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no,
What are you gonna say, DV?
I'll say this, that in our profession, it's real easy to get jaded, and you know one of the first things he was mentioning was about wanting to leave because he was getting jaded, and he didn't want to be bitter in his profession, and that bitterness affects you. It doesn't stay just when you're in uniform. When you come home, that bitterness affects your children, your family, and everything. So you made a choice to go ahead and go into some place where you can help more people. So instead of just continuing the bitterness, you decided you wanted to help more people, and then you wanted to be part of the community and make kids happy, the most innocent in society. Thank you, Chris. I mean, that says a lot about you, and you know, I've gotten a chance to know you personally, and a man of God, a man of faith, and just a great man, and a brother in law enforcement. I'm proud to call you a friend.
Thank you.
So what do we have next on the horizon? I know this weekend we've got the big 4th of July
Yeah, we do.
thing coming up. Where can we expect to see you?
Cap will be the grand marshal there at the parade.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So do you work with the city? I
do.
mean, in communications a lot with the city. They call you to bring you out, or how does that work?
Everything has been by word of mouth. You know, when I was with DeSoto, everything I did was on my own time, working with the children's hospitals, Make-A-Wish. I do quite a bit of work with Miracle League Foundation of Ellis County here. So everything's been word of mouth. You know, I started doing a lot of community policing events, National Night Out, and whatever they need me for, wherever I can be utilized. And then, especially last year when I got the truck, I was
Police can.
blessed with that, and Nick, and again another shameless plug with you know, his crew, Jekyll and Hyde, up there in front.
That's who wrapped your truck?
That's who wrapped my truck out of the goodness of their heart. You know, I had no idea they were going to do it. They just did it. But
That's
yeah,
pretty
the
cool.
city's reached out to me for numerous things. Hey, you know, for the parade, for a couple of other different events. If I can be utilized, that's what I'm here for. You know,
So did Jekyll and Hyde reach out to you to?
I reached out to them because I'd contemplated doing a wrap for quite some time, and my wife had actually convinced me to buy a truck last year. I had never had a new vehicle my whole life, so I finally broke down, got it, and then I reached out to him, and long story short, you know, hey, I'll do it for cost. Just pay for the materials and we'll do it. You know, he went to support the mission. So I said, okay, cool. I went to go pick it up, and here's NBC News, and he's like,
Wow.
it's all free. You know, and I already gave him my deposit. He gave me my deposit back.
Oh,
Like,
cool.
we had never had any intention of charging you. we just wanted to make you think, and so it was quite.
So he,
That's
So
awesome.
we noticed that your truck's not tinted yet.
your front windows aren't tinted.
No, that's all factory.
So we reached out to some friends of ours. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Rob.
So I was talking about you coming on the podcast with a buddy of mine who.
Stop that.
Sorry. With a buddy of mine who owns a Waxahachie Auto Tent.
Okay.
Colin and Paula Easley. And she said, I've been following his page. She's one of your fans, I guess, for lack of a better term, on your page, and saw the truck. It had been wrapped and whatnot. And of course, they're in the tent business, and they're like, well, he doesn't have his front windows tinted, nor does he have a strip with the Captain America on the front. And so they reached out to us earlier today, and they want you to give them a call, and they will tint your front windows and do the full ceramic windshield on the front, UV to where it's I guess it's UV luminar or whatever their product is that keeps the heat out. It keeps your car like 20 degrees cooler in the sun. So she said we're booked for 2 weeks, so be patient. But said tomorrow give her a call, set up a time, and they will tint your windows and the front windshield with that ceramic coating.
And we've got another surprise here. Your friends at Cement City Customs are going to go ahead and do the red, white, and blue underglow for you. So we'll get with you on exactly what you need and what you want done, and we're going to make sure that's all taken care of for you. And
Well, if we need a hero in town, we need to make sure we see him coming.
Oh,
Yes.
And well, Lobo is going to give him free hugs every time he sees him, whether he wants them or not.
Yeah.
He'll probably pop your back too. I know.
actually, we're gonna have
chiropractor.
we're gonna have Lobo underneath the truck on the lift over there, and he's gonna be putting the underglow on.
Most likely, yes.
It's gonna be a team effort.
I feel like I'm going to have to
So
work.
so back
I
Waxahachie
just
Auto
wanted to
Tent.
be the hugging guy, and now all of a sudden I'm working.
Well,
on life.
you'll be giving some hugs. You'll be
So-
hugging us while we mount the underglow there.
So Waxahachie Auto Tent, they
So
called
nice.
me. They called me and they were like, you know what? This is something that we want to do for him. They actually are the window tint company in town that had the contract with the sheriff's department.
Okay.
So they put breathalyzers in everybody that gets a DWI. you know. So
Then we're going to put one in yours too.
and we're gonna put a breath. No,
Go for it.
no, but like I said, they were like.
Guarantee it'll never pop.
Well, we just want to, everybody says cops suck. We want to see cops blow too.
And we're going to go ahead and flash their logo on the screen real quick. But yeah, Waxahachie Auto Tent.
y'all so much.
They've been there. They've been there, I think, 9 years now. Colin and Paula
Yeah,
Easley, and they're going to take care of you.
And Cement City Customs is gonna take care of you as well,
Man,
including
thank you,
Lobo
John.
working.
including Lobo.
I don't even know how to work, but I'll be here.
We'll be
doing
here to
it.
put it on. John can navigate.
Lobo will sit there and look good.
Well, we'll take a lot of pictures.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
I'll look
Any
like
heavy lifting, Lobo's got.
What do you do?
I lift things up and put them down.
There it is.
Yes.
There it is.
Well, we really appreciate you being here. If you can sit in with us, and we're gonna sit here and chat a minute about
Absolutely.
some local happenings. And man, I can tell you, we're blessed to have you as in our community. We're blessed to have you as a friend, and we really appreciate you being here.
I appreciate y'all having me.
Yes,
And
sir.
I do want to say, man, everybody watching and listening and hearing local or I can't thank everybody enough, for embracing not just me but my entire family, and the encouragement and the support is, like I said, it's second to none, and it's just an absolute godsend, because before I even applied here, I mean, I already had my retirement papers drawn up. I was leaving the career altogether.
Yeah.
And a lot of prayer and patience, and just coming down here just worked out. I mean, seamlessly, So thank you everybody for their support, and I love seeing everybody out in the community. And it was kind of weird at first, hey Cap, but now it just, I love it. I love the effect it has, and for this ministry, and that was the original goal, to go out there and put some positivity back in the world, and bring a smile to somebody's face, both child and adult alike. And so I see that and then some. So it lets me know that I am on the right path that God has put me on. And again, I'm so eternally grateful.
And everybody go to Officer for America, the Facebook page. Check out his postings. There's also a little short movie that he shot, actually.
Yeah, if you
Thanks for the help of
Do we
John.
have time to talk about
yeah,
that? or-
real quick, tell us about this little short film that we filmed.
This is a film I did for my buddy Alex. I met him, and again, this just shows you just God's divine intervention. I believe how everything worked out when COVID hit, and I thought, man, just I'm not going to be able to do what I enjoy doing. You know, this passion that I have.
Right.
This last year plus has been the busiest year. This year, compared to the 3 other years combined, has been way busier with requests and appearances and everything like that. So after the truck deal with NBC and everything, this mom reached out to me and she goes, "Hey, my son Alex, he's autistic. Show me his whole story. He's 11 years old. He was nonverbal till he was 6. About a year and a half ago, he witnessed his aunt get robbed in front of him. And ever since then, he's just been dead set on wanting to save the world. He wants to be a hero. He wants to save the world. That's it, nonstop." So she saw the news story and reached out to us, and they live in Fort Worth. And I was like, "Hey, first of all, would you mind doing a birthday drive-by as Captain America?" Absolutely. Just so happened, I happened to be off that Saturday that she wanted. And then we got to talking, and she told me the story and his mission. And I said, one way or another, we're gonna get this. We're gonna make this happen.
And you do this free of charge.
Free of charge. I've never charged anybody anything. Other than one time, I got a sandwich and a Gatorade. Yeah. And I was hungry and it was hot as hell. So, but
Right.
yeah,
Did you claim that on your taxes?
I did.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay.
We got to make sure he's not
Make
cheap.
sure you're up.
So
The IRS.
Nobody likes the dirty cop.
yeah, not on the tape. So we got to talking, and just different dates didn't work out, and it was hit and miss, and the ice storm and all this other stuff. So I assured her it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Tell Alex, it's gonna happen. And everything came together at the right time, right place, and thanks to John and so many other hands, SWFA here in town, with the drone footage and loaning me the flamethrower. We put on this whole scenario for Alex where he helped me catch
The bad guy.
the black dragon. Yeah, this bad guy,
Yeah.
which was actually my daughter's boyfriend. So we got to rough him up a little
Oh,
bit.
that's a
And I felt kind of like an asshole because he's a good kid. He
Dude,
really
you
is.
didn't call me for that?
But at the end of the,
He's got to be a good kid to date your daughter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or he would be let in the front door.
I could have been the bad guy and beat up the boyfriend.
I wish I had known you. Then
Dude,
it would have been a lot
I
I
better.
bet your daughter's like, wow, my dad's Captain America. This is going to suck when it comes
And
to
this might be a role you don't get killed in.
Do you know what though? My daughter is heavily
die
firearm
last-
trained and defensive tactics trained. I'm not worried about her.
Right.
And she's an amazing young lady. But I felt kind of bad for him because at the end of the scenario, Alex had his own shield. He brought his own Captain America shield, and he just starts whooping, the bad guy's ass. And I didn't know. I thought his shield was plastic, but his is actually metal too.
Wow.
So he goes up and just hits the crap out of him, and he's like, "Man, that really hurt." And I looked at the shield. I'm like, "Oh, shit, it's metal." Damn, Daniel, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Yeah. So we put on this whole scenario and just
And John,
smoke
you
bombs
filmed
and
this?
flamethrowers.
Yeah, I was above him
Yeah.
me and my buddy Tony Chalette.
People don't know that you're actually a drone pilot.
Yeah, he's a Irving police officer as well. So we were both coordinating our moves.
Yep.
And I'm sitting hovering right above you as Alex comes in. He starts pounding your future son-in-law, whatever you want to call him, with this shield. I look up at Tony and I go, "Oh, he's hitting him." It's like he really
I
took this to
didn't know.
heart.
Yeah, he took him down, and I'm standing there because
did.
we had smoke bombs. I mean, the whole 9 yards.
We watched it.
And it wasn't until afterwards I was like, "Here," and I grabbed his shield, and I'm like, "Oh my God,
It's all
this thing is
bloody.
metal, man."
So this was
exactly.
the kid. This was the kid that you did a birthday
But
for, and
tell
you
me-
just
Yes.
heard a story, and you went
I wanted
way
to make sure
above and beyond.
Oh, thank you so much, ma'am. I wanted to make sure he got his wish, basically his wish granted.
Right.
That was his mission, and I took it as my mission to make sure his was fulfilled, and it was. And
So
after that, he just pretty much yes, I did it.
Well, next
Good.
time, call Lobo. Lobo is a professional at getting shot in movies.
Can you share with us why this mission came about? And there was a bit of a backstory with Alex and why he wanted
Yeah,
to
that was
do this.
with his witnessing his aunt get robbed in front
Yeah.
of him.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
he
yeah,
just
he
said
was.
that.
Oh, I didn't hear that
You
part.
need to
Sorry.
listen.
Well, my mic cut out.
Listening is important. Your mic doesn't help you hear.
You got to listen.
Yeah, he.
We're all friends, I promise you.
Listening is part of communication, Johnny.
Okay.
He's an amazing kid, and
so
And tell me that you told
Friends for life.
the boyfriend This is what happens if you mess up
I
with
say
my
it's
daughter.
just a fraction. It's just a fraction.
Okay, but
Dude,
you
this
gotta,
guy's got to live his life saying, I date Captain America's daughter.
but think about this. This is a learning experience.
I think
for
that's the
boy.
only reason he dates her.
Like, I'm Captain
Just
America.
to get close to
I've
me.
got
I
to
think
shield
I
you.
really-
Hey,
what it is.
I would too.
Yeah.
I've already expressed my man crush, so.
Well, I mean,
Totally.
just think about this though. This kid's growing up. He's with his daughter. Like, hey, bro, I got a metal shield too. Don't fuck up.
Citizens of Midlothian, we did tell you, Captain America is married.
Yes.
So don't. I can see all these housewives of Midlothian driving, 60 miles an hour down Main Street trying to get pulled
Is that him?
over.
Is that him? What?
Yeah, and some guys too.
Pull over.
Hi, Cap.
Like, hell yeah.
What can I do for you, Ossifer?
Well, Officer Douglas, I just want
I'm
to
gonna
thank
tell
you
you
for
right now. If
coming
he
on
ever
board,
pulls me
man.
over, I'm showing him my boobs. First thing, be like, hey.
Yeah, and they're spectacular.
Thank you so much for
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. I really appreciate it. We were really looking forward to this, and
Me as well. Thank
we're gonna snap some pictures after this is
We
done.
got to all be
Probably
kind
throw
of
'em up.
nerded out with Captain America. That's kind of cool.
I know.
Yeah.
Fanboy. We're
It's a total
fanboys today.
geek moment.
Yeah.
Total. But
But he didn't wear the suit. I'm a little upset about this.
I liked them so much. I went and got. Yeah, you see, I got like a matching one there.
Oh,
Twinsies.
You guys,
Twinsies.
you guys have
Dude,
matching
got-
tats.
Dude, I was totally gonna have a Captain America Under Armour shirt that I wear to work out, and I was like, do I wear it?
No,
Not
that wasn't
wear it?
Under Armour shirt. It's Underoos. Don't lie.
They're
Under
animals, okay?
Okay.
nice. All right, well,
Well, bro, we appreciate you.
We
being
appreciate
here.
you, buddy.
thanks,
And
buddy.
so, what's going on locally, guys?
So, some interesting things happened over the last couple days, last couple
Well,
weeks.
hang
I
on,
guess.
we've got. Let's start with what he's doing this weekend. We've got the
Oh well, we've got this weekend coming up. We have the 4th of July.
Yes.
parade.
Yep.
right?
Parade
Is it
and all the
parade?
festivities. Yep.
Which
Saturday.
you're the master of ceremonies, I guess, is what.
Yes, the city reached out and for the Grand Marshal. It's all the whole thing. The whole parade is superhero themed anyway. So
I saw that.
The parade
And
starts
with,
at 10.
with Captain America as the focal point.
We'll be there with the truck. And what's so great about it is that the city wanted our families to be involved. So both of my kids will be dressed up as well. I believe they're Supergirl and Superboy. And then Officer Hughes, who does Batman around the city.
Do you need a Hulk smash?
We can always use a Hulk smash. Only if I get to paint them.
You'll pick things up and you let them down.
Have you ever had full body painting, Lobo? For any script you've done?
Hey, that sounds kind of fun and
I think that's-
weird at the same time.
It should be added to the resume. I'm just saying.
yeah.
I mean, we could Thanos you a little bit.
Well, I mean, I could be Bane maybe, but I mean, come
You
on.
could be Thanos. Let's put the big hand on you,
Dude, you could rock that role.
and then Captain America
I
could
can see
just
it.
kick your
Dude, it
ass,
would be kind of badass if during the thing he jumped out and like
beat the shit out of
me
you.
up.
Yeah.
We
We get the kids involved and
Should have
Yeah.
planned this out a little bit. I mean,
I tell you what, we're
could've
gonna have
done
his contacts contact your contacts.
have your people call my people.
We're gonna pin you for the role here.
Yes.
You have been pinned,
You've
sir.
learned too much.
You have been pinned.
You have learned too much. I'm waiting on network approval.
but hopefully everybody comes out and has a good time.
So when is this going to be? This is July 3rd, actually.
Saturday, the festivities downtown for the kids. They have a bunch of arts and crafts and whatnot. I believe it starts off at 8.
Well, I heard gates open at 6.
But the parade, but the parade itself, I believe, starts at 10.
Okay.
Because we'll start lining up at the PD
After the
around
fireworks?
8. That's in the morning.
Okay, that's the morning.
Yes.
Okay, fireworks, gates open for the firework extravaganza. That starts at gates
in the
open
evening.
at 6,
Correct.
fireworks at 9:30.
Yes.
And where's
parade
the parade route? Is it gonna be down 14th Street again?
No, I think it's coming down the bridge down 8th from the PD because we're all lining up at the PD.
Okay. I remember when the parades in town used to be down, and that was special.
Then
They started diverting them up 14th Street.
I don't
and
think
I'm
it's
going,
going to be
why?
that way. Yeah, I think they're going down 8th to,
Okay.
what is it, Avenue E or,
Okay.
yeah,
Well, that would be awesome.
They need to be like,
down towards Overlook and then
they
back.
need to be
Yeah,
like
yeah.
straight downtown.
We actually, damn it.
I mean, you can turn them up in Maine for a while.
We're gonna
even,
tie your
but-
hands up.
So my son, my second oldest son graduated, and he did the senior parade, and that was that route down 14th. You were in it.
Oh,
actually.
yes.
I waved at you. You
They
didn't
asked
know
me,
me
yeah,
then.
the city had asked me to be in that as well.
Yeah, you were.
A lot of people waved at him. Right?
I'm just saying, exactly. He obviously didn't know
No,
who I
lots
was.
of them.
But, so my wife drove
still
a
doesn't know who.
little. She was in a rat rod, that she drove. But you were in the very front with the.
I did ask you. I did talk to you. That's right. I like that. That was
That rat rod?
badass. I love that. I love rat rods and
So
classic cars.
I don't actually own that. That's a buddy of mine, Lonnie Harper, the guy that owns Brandenburger.
Okay.
Loaned it.
Another
he's a
shameless
good
plug.
Family.
Shameless plug number
Shameless
2.
plug.
Family. Long-term family friend. He let my wife roll it.
Nice.
Cool.
So is the house still there on 287? Because I was really hoping to
No,
set up
it-
residence there and watch the
No, they
parade and
finally
fireworks
moved it.
from the
They
front
finally
porch.
moved
No, it moved to Venus, and I think it broke down again in Venus.
Seriously.
You know, that house was the
So
talk.
it was here because we're obviously talking about the mobile home that ended up on.
It wasn't a mobile home. It was a home being moved. It was a house.
Yeah, it was an actual house.
An actual
Yeah,
house?
This
yeah.
wasn't 287 Trailer Park Part 2. This was
No.
a home.
No, what
Yeah.
really happened, it was a house that was police escorted. I got stuck waiting forever. It was really him leading it. And in the middle of it, there was a big breakout, and one of the bad guys came up, and he destroyed the trailer, and Captain America beat them off. That sounds bad, but he beat him up, and it went away.
Oh my God.
Or Choice Award.
Demon City Chatter Podcast.
No, he beat them up and they left, but they broke the trailer and the trailer had to get fixed and there was no one to weld it. And so Captain America had to go find somebody to weld it. And apparently that person was a shitty welder because it broke down again in Venus.
Oh man, there was
So now it's stuck in Venus.
Yeah.
There were
I guess
so
I should
many.
have asked before what the rating was. On
But
the
you got,
podcast,
but Officer Douglas, you got it out of your city limit, so you're good, right?
Yeah.
I meant you beat him up.
Somebody
But,
else's problem
hey,
now.
Somebody else. It's kind of like the old Starsky and Hutch movie. Well, we got a murder here. Let's push him on down the banks and
right.
get him into the next county.
I tell you what, the Karens were out in force on that day when it broke
Yeah,
down.
it was something else.
Oh my gosh.
So what else has happened? We've talked about a few things amongst us.
Did
We
you have a
always
story?
go to the old interwebs.
I already told my story.
Oh,
It was
okay.
my dad joke that no one cared about.
We all
including-
cared
Yeah, it
about it.
was, it was one
Including
of
my
those moments,
best
I
friends
guess.
here. Best friends, no one cares about my dad joke. That's fine.
I thought they were good, man.
I thought they were
You know what? So for those of y'all who don't know, the dad joke thing is actually it's a new thing. It's a new fad.
Yeah.
Like a TikTok thing or whatever.
Dude, dad
kids do.
jokes-
Dad
that-
jokes are the new thing right now. That
Because
people
at
are
the
doing.
end of the day, everybody loves their dad.
I say also
Walmart's
everyone,
turning into a sack and save. That's one.
Walmart.
No, that was the one that came up because you have to actually check yourself out now because it's
modern technology.
You have 4,000 checkout lines. They have 2 people in them, so you go out and you do your stuff yourself.
but you think that they would discount the prices even further
Well, it makes sense if
because
you're
you're
doing all
gonna
the work.
check out yourself. You might as well there should be some incentive there.
And they have a low price guarantee. So
They do.
if it's a guarantee, I want to say a lower price, but they don't.
Yeah, I don't like packing my own stuff.
Hey, today somebody actually did say something on Midlothian Talk that I was curious only because I have the same situation. And since Captain America's here, I'm going to ask him, where can somebody drop off a weathered or torn American flag to be taken care of properly? I have one especially.
Oh, actually, it's a good question.
Well, I kind of know the
believe-
answer.
Go ahead.
You contact your local Boy Scout troop.
No, you know, and that's what
Boy Scout. And I was going to also say your local VFW.
Yes, yes.
Fire
They'll-
station,
they'll also take care,
VFW.
yeah.
Those are a lot of.
So if
Which
you
I'm
ha-
surprised we don't have one here in Midlothian.
well, they're kind of
VFW Waxahachie. VFW.
there is the Chris Kyle chapter of the VFW, and I've heard some issues. They're trying to get a local outpost.
Like building an outpost.
Yes,
yeah.
and they were running into some issues, but they are working on it.
I mean, for as heavy as a veteran community as we are,
Yes.
this is like if I were to pick one city that said, "Oh, you absolutely should have one," I would have guessed it would be here.
There is one in the development, I believe, and I'll reach out to the people because I've done some charity work with them.
Well, even if not
And,
a VFW, you at least need a, what's the other one called? The American Legion.
Yeah, American Legion.
Yes.
American Legion is actually a little better because a lot of guys didn't go overseas to fight.
Yeah, they're actually the American Legion Riders, the Chris Kyle Foundation here in
And I've met some of them.
Yeah.
They'll come up to the market on Saturdays.
And that's who I was talking about.
Okay, yeah. Great group of people.
Yes, they
Well,
are.
I guess that's a wrap, guys. I want to thank Officer Chris Douglas, a.k.a. Captain America, for coming in today. As always, Rob LaFleur to the left, internationally known but locally loved Lobo, DV LeBron, live from the Fantasy Factory, John Olpoka. Midlothian, good night. We love you.
Good night. Take care.
Peace.